don't remember say Percival takes civics out of school, so they don't know absolutely nothing.
There's no
only be challenged in the court if it breach people constitution right.
Constitution, yeah, that's what I say. I mean, there's nothing in the bill.
Which section of this bill are the pan people? Listen to me, comrade. Let me tell you something.
Madam Speaker, you didn't do civics in a school?
No, Percival, take it out of school when me I go school.
Because when me I go school,
I did civics. Me
do civics, but when me leave high school, me did end up have to do civics because me didn't want to do JSC. I that me do it in a civics.
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
And I remember the book totally. I did one little red cover book where me have to study and read and everything in there. Me don't know why I take you out of high school.
Exactly.
So when we did go school, Munchi, you know, back in the days, we did start learn in a primary school. Primary school, you start learn about your country, this constitution and whatever. But of course, you know, me did left and go and come back. But when me come back,
primary or all age?
Me go early primary.
Okay.
Primary, it was a primary school. Ali, where Donna Clarin and they said it was a primary school.
It's still a primary school.
Yes. And that's what me did go.
Early primary.
Early primary, not all.
Not like you go muckle, told you.
No, me love.
You know Veer where?
Veer, yes.
Yeah,
you pass Lionel Town.
Yeah, Ali.
But we didn't know because me remember we'd have said the pledge. I pledge Ali. Where did go? I don't remember, but we'd have said the pledge.
Before God and all mankind. I pledge the love with light of my heart. Nobody can go like you know it one pin because you go say wrong something. No, I know me did I say something. Me have to say that the pledge every day. We get licked in white. And then you have to sing the pledge song. I pledge.
Pledge my
and it's school song.
But them thing they're not in a school again, people.
Yeah. Some school, no, you still have to do the pledge and you still have to do the anthem.
In a school same way?
Yes.
Okay. We never know. Okay, so still repeat it. Okay. We never know.
When we started high school, I tell us me still do it. Remember, Richard? At 2022, me stop teaching Jamaica, you know.
Okay. So them still say okay.
Them still say. And then by Percival come, I guess when Percival come, it officially get phased out. Civics.
But me did want to go back to something when me hear Tyrone attack.
But what about social studies? I never do social studies.
Me do social studies.
But then guess what? Social studies did kind of base particularly the civics. Then they incorporate it with civics.
Our Tyrone, do you know, and Bridget?
Bridget not like Tyrone, none tall. You never know that.
Me not even listening. When me just listening, me just 1 year first part-time speech, I know exactly where I go.
Hold on. Let me see what going over nation business.
One year Tyrone name call me, I tell you.
Me never bother listen. Me just take out earphone out of my ear because me know say Munchi if Cliff Hughes.
Michael Jackson over there.
Hold on, she alright. Hold on,
you so long she not come over there and she come over there because of this. That is why me ignorant man who for it.
Exactly.
So long she not go over there. Also Dennis Garden thing she never go over there. And she over there now because of Malawi.
She over there not before.
No, it look like a maybe but it analyzing.
About it. You're not in front of her.
No, you're
not in front of her. She not come over there with time Dennis Garden.
Okay, let me mute and go
Dr.
listen.
Chang,
We don't want to hear nothing from her.
Nothing from her.
Tell her, say me say fi go suck her mama.
Yes.
Dr. Chang, we
Yeah,
are
what you
working.
say?
Dr. Chang, we are work with. Anything Dr. Chang say, that we are work with. Anyway, what may I say, you see, make Cliff Hughes having policy over nationwide. And him and Gleaner have rivalry, their rivalry. And Tyrone got join with Gleaner and agree with everything what Gleaner say. And agree with Cliff Hughes and see if he can work out nationwide the next morning.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I don't want your nothing from Tyrone.
Exactly.
Because him a talk about country and he no vote.
Remember saying the over Gleaner and then put him out, you know. Remember the over there and then put him out.
You know why them put him out? You know why them put him out? Because I never agree with them policy.
Yes, and over there talk about principle and you know vote and then foolishness.
All right. And they have to toe the line, and that's why they put out him nastiness. So me not listen to Tyrone because Tyrone don't vote.
Never see. I watch a lot of politics, Bridget, and I never see an MP go against them party and people are saying courageous and they do the right thing for the country. This is the first time in history me ever hear that happened before about courageous. What is courageous about that? Eh? You have the opportunity to talk to your party leader any day of the week. You can take up your phone and call the party leader. And then is the NaRRA bill finished? You know, they're in a cabinet. You can't ask for the bill. Can I see the bill before it is tabled? You and the prime minister have a relationship like that. You can more than see the bill. You can be a part of the team if you want. You chose not to, and you come and talk about woman courage. Just so me, man. Nobody upset me today, now.
Make Tyrone go against Cliff Hughes policy and go join with Gleaner and Tyrone. We see what time of day it is. Me done. Anyway, no go back to no think. Me no want hear nothing from Tyrone.
Nothing from Tyrone. Nothing at all.
Votes them can't tell me no country and who courageous from. I don't want to hear nothing from the Longmouth boy there.
If Young Jamaica statement said that they support the bill and they stand by the bill and they thank the Prime Minister for the bill. I same thing me say. Same thing me say. That is what I'm saying. Yeah, Jamaica, yeah, but you know, so sometimes the more the stories stay in the news, the more me get more upset. Some want it hurry up and come out of the news because I get upset all over again. Especially when I hear talk about courageous and good for gov country and good for something. Because we have the Jamaica Labour Party in power is already good for the country. That is it. So if we choose Jamaica Labour Party to run the country, Bridget, we must trust the Prime Minister and trust the process.
Trust the Prime Minister, we must have to trust
who we are about.
And if he more fail, we'll fail with him.
Look, we fail with him. And the people vote for out. Yeah, we could fail with him.
We fail with him. Now, nobody come.
Where Young Jamaica said they welcome reasonable amendment to the bill. Petal read it a while ago? Petal, did that come in at the statement?
If them want said.
Hold on, what you say?
Did Young Jamaica say they welcome reasonable amendment?
No, I don't think so.
And where you get that from? I mean, I hear that. Me listen clearly. I mean, I hear that.
Me dep on one call, but hold on, me go mute. Me soon talk to.
Munchie, tell Chop City say me wrong the Chimoram with here. Me no run joke. You try tell him. Me not even know tell him myself. Tell Chop City say me are the wrong the Chimoram joke because me no run joke. So if he more run joke and talk about not even one, Bridget can't even trust her front. Tell him say me no run joke and tell him say me I wrong what I wrong somebody my ramp with. Cause me go take a 1 week off a TikTok for him nastiness, yeah? So you try tell him. Don't make me have to tell him. And me no come than a brethren.
Me make sure block him. My first person get a block over here from me. Make sure block him because I saw when time I shit and I smell them. I saw when time shit and I smell them stinking brief, them pass them place.
Notice I don't trouble him You say, he stay over here, me leave him alone. So when I come talk about film friend, tell him say me wrong somebody coming.
Me make sure block him because he must think so over, he think so over stinking caution in there.
For him, me take it. Come in afraid to take it. So tell him do ramp with me. Oh,
I think so over him man caution in there. Right.
So disrespectful.
Me make sure block him because when I pass them place, I see you have to do them, you know. Because through them come over here, come type them things say be on them a size.
If him thinks none of them are come ramp with me now, me saw them ramp with Kerry, them can't ramp with me the way they come. Me not run joke. Certain things me not take for joke. I don't run joke. Me know who for run joke with, and anybody can run joke with me neither. So
Too exalt
I
man.
tell him, oh,
Too damn exalt. Bring the combo. Me see my commenting about me not really commenting on.
Who not about? Cap City.
On the operations because it presents a narrative that really.
So so we don't want your dirty Tyrone. Tyrone on what o'clock?
Me na mute.
You know we don't want your Tyrone. Tyrone go put in business.
But
Listen to Dr. Chang.
the general reflects hardworking, competent professional.
Petal,
Particularly
when Michael Jackson talk, just type in a chat and ask her if she did hear, if she did see JacDen situation. Just
Yes.
type in a chat and ask her if she did see anything about JacDen.
Yes, we never see her
When
nowhere
she
that's
attack.
that.
A body cam share different right now.
What she come up? What she come up? Buddy, Dr. Chang already answered them about it already.
Dr. Chang put that ship to sail. Dr. Chang put that ship to sail, so them beating a dead ass.
Dead ass.
Yeah.
And I'm tell you them now no shame. Cause Dr. Chang talk and done, you know, and no matter how much they protest, then write paper, then campaign panic, then cry, then ball the churches, everybody come out on Dr. Chang, and Dr. Chang say, no could have talked to no dead, me not change my views. And when I go with Big Mouth and Michael Jackson, make sure move ourselves. The people support the Jamaica Constable, more people support the JCF than against them. And we not a few of them who want root out, few of them were in the party, when the JCF from the PNP time.
Some bad apple.
Yes, some bad apple. But majority of the young people, them what we are recruit now, them are follow, them are toe the line and them are support them. They come in there for the right reason. And them are listen to the commissioner, the long time bad one, them were in there from PNP days. When I know said things and time change, and the time that we have policing is change now. I don't want them if we get rid of, but overall the JCF is doing a good job. We now make them bring the me support Dr. Chang. Oh no, already still me not tell you no. So Dr. Chang not say nothing for me support him much less when he talk. But Tyrone clear off and move himself and go so Bridget have to cuss him. He deserve the cuss. But combo body worn camera. Then can't tell police when to wear it. Police, only the commissioner.
What Dr. Chang said, they must go on over Twickenham Park.
Dr. Chang said if you go on over Twickenham Park and if you but
One up at Twickenham Park, make police bus 216 over the head.
and then you know it's so
And then they will see, yeah.
they will know about body worn camera.
You know, it's not going to say, have you ever seen a 45 before?
Exactly. Dr. Chang is somebody if you got on over there. And then you every time police give you watch got them and sure.
Back and forth with them, you know.
No long talking.
Back and forth.
No long talking.
That is that.
Exactly. Dr. Chang then no talking we don't know. When Peter Bunting go up and see you and say, you know, despite our best efforts, the criminals are winning and we don't know what to do. It is going to take divine intervention to see. What did you do with Bunting about it?
You know, Dr. Chang said Peter Bunting never knows that the divine intervention the work out already come out and Jamaica alone is banned already.
Exactly. Banned already.
I was truly never know.
Exactly. Come and talk about body worn camera.
Well, I'm speaker. Right. You know, see a friend. Pushing them ask where just because them a fixed road and slowly a fixed road and
You never see. Yesterday she come out in her big long pink dress and sweep dirt off a road. Go look on her page.
It fractured a hitch up in a tar.
This is
You
my phone.
them put on a hot sticky tar. It fractured
And
just
then today
jam
she
in
come in
there.
a one frock with one split in her front and wholly split with one hand and a pint with the next hand.
I'll get that frock there. I'll be the frock the front her and she will want to wear it.
She was, yeah.
I'll get that frock the next that somebody get her frock from her and she will want to wear it. She come out tonight.
She come out tonight a wholly split with one hand. So when he want pint with the next hand, now we in changing hand, we are wholly split.
Maybe a fashion by your team.
This woman a real mad woman, you know.
At least, but you know, in all fairness to her, she not be rude like the next one. She not be rude like her. Next one, what look man. Madam Speaker, call her Medime. Hold on. Let's tear on the over here about sound like tearing about the bill.
In the pipeline since 2024, early in the current Labour government's tenure. Only one other country, the Maldives, currently has a similar generational smoking ban in place.
Oh.
When it gets royal assent,
I'm not bill him at all. Empress want come back up. Yeah, Molly, she not rude, but she life it true. And the talking. Like she innocent. Drink. I will put the first $2 million from my fund. Let's see. In traffic.
But she said she spent money on her fund. She said to that today.
From no man, you remember when she tell the people that when they must vote here because
yes, she go on the and Jack similar program. She and I sat and say it. So one for no comrade now ask her for the money in the fund, and she come and cry that the fund money that and since she win, she get too much PR already. Because election was September 3rd. So she get October money, November money, December money, January, February, March money.
And she did parliament every time.
So she collect 7 paycheck already. And then she go put half her pay in her account. The money supposed to be in the account now.
Mm-hmm.
So how the comrade then ask her about it?
I did her pay her money what she have already. You never money she have already.
I don't know
what she did have already. But then she didn't come back and say she didn't have none. No. I did say never promise them no.
Yeah, the clip is there. But I suffer to them. That's why when time come about my leader, I talk about how they don't live nowhere and Andrew Oldness and they don't live nowhere. Me run them because when PNP I trick them and I promise them well per sitting, a promise is a comfort to a fool. So anytime me and them I come and talk about government and Andrew and this and that, me ask them what about what my holding promise or no? What holding promise or no go bad for that?
Vice of the nation still over there within lie itself. You know nothing about needs.
Me not make it, the reason why I'm still over there so because when he come over here and send me request, I don't look for him. Me no want to see her back from him for the rest of the week. Make him go and go. You know, see if I may get rid of you, Blair, and shame him and tell him where if you go read the NaRRA bill in Ghana like a kite. I said, Betsy, him have the NaRRA bill. I read from the bill. I'm only a talk. Is he reading from the bill the whole 34 clause? Is he reading the entire clause? I'm just tell the PNP something.
I don't know who a full vice of the nation like say go to college or nothing. My freestyle. Look at dirty foot nation. Look at dirty foot Germany. You know what vice of the nation is? Vice of the nation. Vice of the nation coming like the overbred pitney, but not care them bright teacher never recommend them people sit common.
I didn't never come
Madam
first.
Madam Speaker, after Vice of the Nation, very technically not go nowhere else. And so I no common entrance you pass to go veer, no technical entrance you pass to go veer.
No,
Grade
No
9
common
that,
entrance.
no. When he must go there, no, you have to take grade 9. Did we go
Yeah,
grade 9
G-Nat.
achievement.
The
That means
G-Nat,
you
yeah.
never
Yes.
pass. That means you never
And
pass
at the
common
time then did
entrance.
pass, he go there then change you over. To you can't you have to take GSAT and then PEP.
Mm-hmm.
So
A grade 9 in do maybe when he did left I don't know if he did go at Efferville primary. So make him go like he more nobody over here. I don't know when
Me know
go
when I
in.
read. Me know when I read Betsy. I want article because that me tell you, that is why me running, you know. All the PNP do is you will depend on the gleaner to summarize things for them. You see that when I read about UDC and NaRRA, it was an article in the paper. Me see it today. Me just never read it too. No. I saw it in the paper today. I eat him a read. I ate him a read Bertie. It was some comrade. You know, comrade. They
At
go
first
with right.
examination at which college in go.
And he scammed so much people, Queen.
Look at the man, Madam Speaker, I do not know you, but me know Vice of the Nation, like how me know myself.
Oh my God.
You see him lady when you Dr. Stewart, and she
you know,
the
you know,
principal
so you
for
know,
technical eye.
You know Christina girl when rip off?
No, me no know she might be different name. But yeah,
Maybe
madam,
you know her, but
when
I'm
you
not
Dr. Stewart, I did my lecture at college.
So Dr. Stewart managed making in scammer.
Me no know. He come from one kind of poor background, so maybe he always a look ill. You understand? So then we help him.
Maybe I feel sorry for him.
Me know, that's what me tell you, say your church brother. And me can't manage the 7-day people them. Then too
Yeah,
much
man, he
of
tell
that.
me, say, my Adventist too.
My Adventist.
Yeah, man, the editorial didn't come and read because the editorial said NaRRA and UDC. So basically, the editorial I say NaRRA. Let me tell you what are the biggest problem with the PNP, the editorial, and Mark them have. If we pass NaRRA in its current form, all of them other agency where you normally go through to get things done, we won't need those agencies anymore. And that is the main issue that they have with NaRRA, because remember, the PNP have people all over public sector, Queen. And when you send in something, them tie it up, them wall it down, then last the paper, you have to resend, and then slow down the projects. So that is the main problem that they are having. That is the main problem that the PNP is having, because if you read the NaRRA bill, and that is what Malawi was saying too, she was saying that the NaRRA is going to overlap, like the land agency, the municipal corporation, all of the things that what them normally do, look like NaRRA will take over from them. That is the issue. But we don't have the issue with that, because as far as we're concerned, those agencies are mostly incompetent. So if we can get the system to override them, that's fine.
UDC might have go fix up down a St. Thomas or the urban center if they want to do.
Bessie say your friend Deborah over there chatting.
None of them. Betsy, me can tell you anytime, say, none of the PNP them over there don't read the NaRRA bill. Everything we hear them come with is things we then get from Mark, Bunting, Damian, and the Gleaner. None of them not do it. None of them not do it. Exactly, Bertie. So that is the problem. Because if you listen to Malawi for speech, she is saying that, this overlap, and the land age and the municipality and this and that, and Miss Malawi Fort had a problem, which we find very, very shocking. She had a problem with the CEO powers too. But why? You don't trust the person will be the CEO or the prime minister choose the person. That's good enough for me. That is good enough. Why wasn't that good enough for her? I would love to ask her. Why was that not good enough for she? I don't like a man going and choose the CEO or the prime minister. And we trust the prime minister.
UDC, we still have them work because there are certain projects where UDC start already, with them have go continue. So NaRRA have nothing to do with UDC
Exactly.
and its work. NaRRA have it rebuilding the new projects that will come on board, like the hospitals and we destroy at them there's something that NaRRA no business with. The fucker place where down at St. Thomas where UDC belong no like no down there. If go look about that. And that them fi go look about and leave NaRRA things alone. And that surely and all of them the things because NaRRA not go business with them, there's something there. And the urban center with a build a Portland and them something there, and the park with a build a year place there. Those are UDC products and that them for business with. So Glina can't trick we.
Only the coverage.
Right.
Oh, that is why I said that him over there read to them. Then he's not reading the bill. He's only reading that.
You liberals say no to NaRRA, so you guys defend.
Her point is that the CEO powers must be specific to their, so no problem when the CEO act. Petal.
Where?
Read clause number 1 of the bill. Read number 1 and number 2.
I want to know.
The labor right down in the comment section, one of Malawi Fort supporter.
What's the problem?
Say that Malawi Fort problem with the CEO is that the CEO, let me read it again. The CEO, her point is that the CEO powers must be specific, so there is no problem when the CEO act. The CEO powers are very specific in the bill. But you can't read it, Joe.
Which one of them?
You can read number 1 and number 2. We speak about the CEO. I think number 1, the first one. You can send it to Joe, make him read all of it, even though it will be amended. I don't see no problem with the bill as a matter of fact.
Number 1 talk about. Number 2 about interpretation.
Of the
Number 1, hold on. Let me see if it have one different something down my bottom. So.
If you are labor right first, Joe, you fall in line behind the Prime Minister and not behind Malawi. That is where you do. Falling behind, but this is a Prime Minister bill. He is piloting this bill and
appointment of the Chief Executive Officer and employees. That's a number 5. That's a number 5. For the due administration of the authority, there shall be a CEO appointed by the Prime Minister by instrument in writing. Subject to subsection 5, the CEO shall be employed at such remuneration and on such terms and conditions as the minister thinks fit. So the prime minister.
So we want more than that, Joe. If the Prime Minister
shall act on behalf of the authority and be responsible for the day.
Yeah, the Prime Minister responsible. What she want more than that? Tell me, Joe. What you want more than that?
Okay, subject to the subsection.
You ask me no talk. I don't know what we feel already. So no do
such remuneration and such terms and conditions.
I don't disturb a whole labor rights, so I don't want to disturb them. So
as
you don't have to feel about it.
Such other employees and agents.
Just sound of had him.
Let me ask a question. So, being the devil's advocate here, what if she's speaking in a position that, given the position of the CEO, what if, God forbid, and the present government doesn't make the next government? Is she looking at what the opposition could use the CEO power to abuse it? Because I mean, this government is safeguarding. But think about if there are things in there that you'd want to make sure that if they become the next government, they do not abuse it. Question. That's a question. That's a question.
NaRRA is a time-bound bill. I know it is not a bill that's going to be enacted forever. It's for the recovery period to get the
Okay.
rebuilding process, me
All right.
sure say it go dissolve before the
Okay.
next election.
But thank you,
Another
thank
thing
It
we
you.
is
want,
time
Question,
bound.
question,
another
It's
question,
thing we want
time
to
question.
tell,
bound.
hold on,
Yeah. Okay.
Empress, another
Thank
thing
you,
we
thank
want to tell
you.
you. Hold on. You see, if PMP come in and them want change anything, me love, nothing hard than it. God heard can tell them say then if it not
That is
suit
true.
them, they
Mm-hmm.
must change if it suit themselves.
Noted,
So no,
noted,
so we not have to worry about that.
noted.
They
Okay,
change that shit
noted.
right underneath your eye and do what them want do. So we not have to worry about if them
No,
want change and if them
noted.
want power. This way them do with I see them come in
Uh-huh.
and them do what them need to do. So
Yeah,
no worry about if you want
noted,
change yes or no.
noted,
Them a change it to fit for them
noted.
policy. So
Narratives.
we're not, yeah.
Right.
So we're not worried about
All right.
PMP.
Noted. It's tap, 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 tap. We want to get up to 150. Tap, tap, tap. Speaker, come back before you get kicked off.
Me there, man. Yeah, NaRRA
I've read article 2,
You know what?
about NaRRA.
You hear that? You hear that? You hear that labor rights? Okay. So that should tell them that should signal to them, Bridget, with the position of the government. So I don't, we should could have end this foolishness we not talk about and fall in line behind the government. One NaRRA article, the Gleaner the Observer.
Observer.
Wait name.
Hold on.
I read it, cause me no read the Observer from man. Sometimes I don't like Observer, you know.
Sometimes I can't bother with them, but it look like a since even, yeah.
Yes. See that?
You want to listen to the audio version? So
Go
that
on.
me know. Oh, Lord.
Wait name.
Bureaucracy and deliver speedy development, says Fitzhenley.
NaRRA crucial to
By
government. Hold on. NaRRA crucial to government mandate to cut bureaucracy and deliver speedy development, says Fitzhenley.
Good. No.
By Jamaica Observer Team. Kingston, Jamaica State Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister, Senator Upka Fitzhenley, says the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority NaRRA is important to the Holness administration, delivering on its commitment and renewed mandate to cut red tape, while rebuilding and transforming Jamaican society in a timely, efficient, and sustainable manner. Senator Fitzhenley says there is important context to the NaRRA, which is being pursued following the destruction caused by Hurricane Melissa, and with the Holness administration 8 months into its third consecutive term.
Listen to this,
It
yeah.
should be noted that the current administration was returned to office, having campaigned on a commitment to reduce unhelpful bureaucracy and to execute a raft of strategic development projects. For too many years, it has taken far too long. Execute development projects, which will transform communities in a real way. The major challenge caused by Hurricane Melissa, which caused tremendous damage to a number of parishes, has made the need to execute these projects in a timely manner even more important. Even as we pursue the critical mission of rebuilding areas severely damaged by Melissa in a more resilient and sustainable manner. Senator Fitzhenley told the Observer Online. Senator Fitzhenley says Jamaicans can be confident that NaRRA presents an institutional architecture through which the government will convert catastrophe into a competitive advantage for Jamaica, fast-tracking development across communities and ultimately improving lives. Fitzhenley says it must also be noted that NaRRA incorporates not just approved reconstruction and resilience projects, which are government-led, but also designated strategic investment projects under FAST Jamaica, which are private sector-led. The Prime Minister was clear that the aim is to ensure that both public and private investment are properly coordinated and operate in a symbiotic manner. The commitment is that every institution or development project that NaRRA builds will be designed for the challenges of the coming years, with consideration for the consequential advent of climate change. Senator Fitz-Henley reiterated. Fitz-Henley says the NaRRA draft legislation has impressive accountability mechanisms, which augur well for standards of probity, transparency, and good governance. There is no doubt that the draft legislation proposes to create a clear and reliable framework, which includes the establishment of performance indicators, accountability standards, and tracking and monitoring systems. A careful reading of the bill also makes it obvious that there are clear timelines prescribed for audit and performance assessment exercises, as well as a framework for consistent superintendence of the performance of NaRRA. Therefore, concerns about the bill, expressed within the context of accountability and probity, lack merit. It is a solid piece of draft legislation, Fitz-Henley argued. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is expected to close the debate on the NaRRA bill in the House of Representatives next week, after which a vote will take place to determine whether it is approved and referred to the Senate.
Them here with Apka say? Them on the here with Apka say? It should be noted that the current administration was returned to her office, having campaigned on a commitment to reduce unhelpful bureaucracy and to execute a raft of strategic developmental projects. For too many years, it has taken far too long to execute developmental projects which will transform communities in a real way. Did you hear that?
All right. Don't talk. And I see that we in a politics too long now if we not pay attention. G2K come out, Delano come out, and now APCA come out showing support to the bill. This is the bill that the Prime Minister want to pass. This is the bill that the Prime Minister want to pass, and we must support this bill and stop the goddamn nonsense.
Fall
This is
in
the bill that the
line.
Prime Minister want. Fall in line and support the goddamn bill. And stop talking foolish about how Malawi for it, this and Malawi for that. This is the Prime Minister bill. He wanted to pass, and we support it, and it will pass next week. He might close the budget, the debate on the bill, and it will pass and go to the Senate. No, we don't care where the PNP them want to come about this and that. This is what the people voted for on September 3rd.
Then can always walk out all next week for y'all meeting here too. Then can always walk.
I know, come, mark the name and go on home. Because the Prime Minister close the debate next week, Bridget, and pass the bill.
And if Mistress now drive with me, so be it.
Yes, if Mistress want abstain, she abstain. But the bill, we are going to pass the bill. And we support the bill, and we support the Prime Minister.
If
that is it.
Take a stand, we have no problem with her.
Exactly.
No problem
according to her, she vote her conscience. When she got to go vote, that is why the Prime Minister take her off a constitution reform, because she over the show. Me say me head does a chip, so you know, Bridget, me can't take foolishness, you know. If she want to vote her conscience, she vote her conscience and she abstain if she want, Bridget. But this is what the Prime Minister want. The APCA is from the Prime Minister office, and this letter is, we don't need no other clear indication but to tell us that this is the Prime Minister bill. This is what he want.
So anybody not like it, we're sorry, but hush,
we're sorry. Yeah,
we're sorry, but
of course.
When I work with nothing else. You hear me say, Munchi? I don't even care if the Prime Minister feel it fit, make no little adjustment, fine. And if he don't feel like he want adjust it, same thing to me, I don't business. PMP me I work with. Hear me? Sorry, Jesus Christ Almighty God. I wouldn't just say a while ago. We used to draw me near the cross.
We have said Jesus keep me near the cross. Near the cross. Oh, they come with them over here and run with it. Yeah, you especially you.
Me Me not even know when that the name that come up in that for my mouth. But PMP me I work with.
But good for democracy. But good for
Me
democracy.
say, if PM want change in him, wisdom him change. And if him
Yes.
don't want change it,
And if the PM come next
full
week
force
and
ahead.
change it and put in anything with the PNP, then say, I still the Prime Minister me I work with. Anything when
still
the
him
Prime
we a
Minister
work with.
bring come, and I build them here support.
Yes, me not
Me a
question
support.
him.
Me not
or
questioning the
anything.
Prime Minister. Me tell you all the time, say, it's all fun and game until my Prime Minister name call, you know. I tell you already.
That's for them business who want record it. That's all them good for the Golden talk in a parliament and they never record it for come play on TikTok. With them a record and a play. Kudos to
Exactly.
uno full of crosses like
PNP don't have no content.
You know, so comrade, uno know nothing about uno. Imagine, uno leader speak and him speak must about 2 or 3 minutes him speak for.
When?
And uno not tape
When you
him.
mean choose that? No man, he talk for long, man. One hour go for.
Along,
1 hour,
1
you
hour.
want go boy, you know hear him say, Madam Speaker, I don't think the opposition leader should be time bound on a critical piece of legislation like this. The speaker say, opposition leader, everyone has to follow the rule of parliament, including you.
Bridget, Bridget, that man went through the bill line by line. You missed
1 hour.
Yes, and
Me, I said 2 minutes. We couldn't bear no more than 2 minutes, me love.
No, it's when Madam Speaker stop him, Bridget, at class 12 in the reach. I remember said 34 class there in the bill, you know. And when we hear him say, I have to go to the bill line item by line item so we can properly analyze it. Me said to somebody in the comment section then, Mark, I got to do the whole 34 class. Coming, there's a bill, long bill, you know. So Madam Speaker stop him at 12 years. Madam Speaker. You know, I don't think the opposition leader should be time bound on a critical piece of legislation like this, you know. What I mean? And him need to do a keep alive and discuss the rest of the rest. Like what Philip Paul will do.
Right?
That is what if you do like what Philip Paul will do.
Should I do? Uno have no damn ambition to come with them. Uno have no ambition. Uno front the leader talk bullshit over there before no tape it. Uno not tape it. And me and Munchie and the labor right them on over here tape. Uno take on yourself, what it's careless like.
God, and you're from
Somebody text in the comment section and tell me, say, just there's somewhere I cry. Me ask me if I over nationwide or over Voice of the Nation, me the person will come back here. Make she stay there, she could have cried till she dead. She not get no money to spend.
I wish I cry about no, my God.
Yeah, Claudette, don't know you, oh Lord Claudette, me no want done her, Claudette, me no want done her. I don't want done Malawi for it because she have one work in her constituency for that she go focus on. That she go focus on the people in the constituency work where she have get to do.
Oh, she do her voice.
Oh.
She do her voice.
Over there she just stay. I'm gonna go complain or she don't get no money. But me glad when she a complain, so the comrade when know say the road them were fixed down there, I know she advocate for them. I know she advocate for them because she don't get no money yet. Me glad she over there tell them, and she stay over there and ball. Desperation setting, you know when you see the comrade them, I go come and TikTok now come ball. Munchie be Lego the mic and add people to the me can't add people to the box number 1. And me no hold people mic up here so anybody can talk when they want to talk. Everybody knows so me turn on live, me talk for 8, 9, 10 hours and me tired and go sleep. So if you want to talk, you can talk and don't stress me out. I'm Cromans.
Starboy, say have some good news.
What is the good news, Starboy? Boy, let me hear it. Yeah, she have gone on her constituency. I know but I upset the administration because our Prime Minister brought a bill to the Parliament and it should be supported and passed with quick and fast. And we start build back the country. Because even fear constituency are going to benefit from it too. I don't know if fear place catching all day, Bridget. No, she catching all day. The people in from St. James are catching all day. Now for constituency, for Malah or for Chang. I think I'm a woman. Because after Melissa, the people in they come out and accuse they need help to clean out their house and they don't see the MP from nowhere. I mean, if you customer asking for MP, they want to go wash out them dirty stinking house. So they're going to go pay people to wash their house. So as she, of course, yes, Joe, she go find something down there for the Joe. Call her and tell her go find something down there for the she not nothing for the and leave and allow the bill alone. Because right now we are focused on that. Voice trying to form Blogger Association with PNP to tell lie. Them could have formed Bloggers Association. They could have formed any association. The people of Jamaica is not listening to the People's National Party because the PNP and the Mark Jefferson Golin have no integrity, is corrupt, and is a hypocrite party. So absolutely no one is listening to the PNP. So no matter what Voice of the Nation form, not a soul now pay them no mind. So then they're desperate. Then desperate. For a little talking points and a little moment. They don't have no moment ton Ingram. PNP now keep, that is why they're desperate so. Because nobody now listen to them. When the bill pass next week, as Bridget say, all the comrade them have to do. Next that all the comrade have to do. Take up them bag and pan and walk out. That is all they have to do. Come next week, Tuesday, comrades, when the Prime Minister closed the debate and the bill is voted on and is passed with the majority that we have, pack up on a suitcase and go on home. Because as APCA said, on September 3rd, the people of Jamaica voted for Andrew Michael Holness. And when Andrew was campaigning, he promised the people of Jamaica that he's going to cut the bureaucracy and the red tape, and he's going to make government work faster and more efficient. And that is exactly what he's doing with this bill. If the people of Jamaica don't support the bill, come 2030, then vote we back out. But as for now, this is the bill that we are going to use to drive the growth in the economy. And no comrade and no JLP MP cannot stop it. This is what our Prime Minister wants, and that is what our Prime Minister will get. So we don't talk. And as for the PNP, all eyes on the PAC come Tuesday morning, Bridget. All eyes on the PAC because the custom officer that signed the paper that call JacDen and tell him how much money he owe will come before the committee and will answer to the people of Jamaica on what grounds did he collect money from JacDen? What authorization did he use to collect such money? So all eyes on the PAC come Tuesday morning. And also, Madam Malawu Ford, come here, sister. Good evening. You see, same like you spend time for details and critique the NaRRA bill. You same what we want if you spend time and sort out the ethics committee and get Dennis Garden before the committee. The same effort and the same strength we use and the same research that you did to come in the parliament and critique the NaRRA bill, which is well within your right. I want you to use the same method and get down to the proper procedure to get Dennis Garden in front of the ethics committee. Because last week, when you made the decision, you and the committee, as a matter of fact, Malawu Fort, good evening, Malawu Fort. I know that being that you're a former judge, you know how things work. I know you study the rules and of the ethics committee and the powers of the ethics committee. I know that I believe that you did that. Therefore, I expect you, Madam Malawu Fort, to follow the same procedure and get Dennis Garden before the committee. Because Dennis Garden, when you wrote to him and summon him back to the committee, Dennis Garden write back to you and tell you that he's not coming because you don't have no jurisdiction to summon him back. So I want you to go back in the rules of the committee and look line by line and look under which jurisdiction you have to get Dennis Garden back before the committee. He must come back rich before the committee. And that is Mala Ford number one focus. Your number one focus, Mala Ford, is to get Dennis Garden back before the ethics committee. You don't bother worry about no bill no more. You give your contribution already, contribution taken. The Prime Minister will amend when need to be amended, and we will bring back the bill. You do enough already. Now is the time for you to pivot to the ethics committee and focus on getting back Dennis Garden before the committee. That is your responsibility. That is why the Prime Minister gave you that committee to chair. That is your work now. Okay? Focus on that. You do your work already, read the NaRRA bill. You don't need to do nothing more. You're well said. Now you need to go now and focus Malawi Ford and getting Dennis Garden before the ethics committee. All right, sister? Focus on that. You do very well in the NaRRA bill Tuesday. Now we want to say the same thing about getting Dennis Garden before the ethics committee. That is what you should be focusing on now. That is what the Prime Minister give you the committee if you chair, if you do that. Focus on that. All right? Because Tuesday, can you notice how Julian Robinson not focused on where he need to focus? Julian Robinson want to change the narrative. Julian Robinson want to change the narrative. John Bisco. So here we send call Mr. Chai Chow, the former chairman of the board. And also disclaimer to the labor rights them. Not me, no. Disclaimer to the labor rights on the panel and them in the comment section. Please make sure you tune in to listen to Mr. Chow on Tuesday. I want to hear the questions and I hope the government minister then prepare themselves properly with some good questions for him, you know. When did he find out about the tax exempt being misused at UWI? If him find out, if ask him if him know first, and if him say him know, when did he find out? And after he find out, did you inform the minister? Did you inform him in writing or by a phone call? And if him say by writing, can you share that corresponding to the committee? Also, if you give him if you inform him via phone call, can you tell us the time and the date when you tell him? Yes, we need to know that. Also, we need to ask how often does the CEO and the chairman meet? And how often does the CEO liaison with the chairman, read the day-to-day and the challenges at the hospital? I want to ask him some questions, because Dennis Garden told the country that it's 20 odd years now since UWI are using tax exempt for bringing things to private company. Over 20 years, Dennis Garden said that happened. So you need to ask Mr. Pak Chow when he know and what did he do about it. Because follow me now, guys. Follow me now. Me I go down a rabbit hole, but follow me now. Mr. Pak Chow John Bisco left in 2023, right? Dennis Garden brought the dialysis machine in 2024. So we want to find out if Mr. Pak Chow knew about you were using then tax exempt, and if who did he inform? Because if he informed somebody, it shouldn't continue to happen after he left. And the PNP want us to believe that Mr. Pak Chow told somebody. So Mr. Pak Chow need to tell us who him tell, when him tell them, and where is the evidence that he told somebody. Can remember, you know, the dialysis machine came in after Mr. Pak Chow left. Remember that? So Mr. Pak Chow need to tell us what he knew and when he knew and what he did about it. Yes, Rich, because remember, you know, when he left in 2023, in the article when we read, him said he wanted to do some reform at UWI, and he was getting a pushback with the members of the board. And because of that, he resigned. And Tufton said, after him resigned, he decided to dissolve the board because he needs to bring some fresh minds on the board. So we want to ask Mr. Pak Chow, what were the reforms that he wanted to implement at UWI? Does those reforms include stopping UWI from using the tax exempt to bring in things to private company? We want to I want to make sure that the members of the committee ask Mr. Pak Chow these very, very serious questions. The people want to know. And I hope Mr. Fitzgerald Mitchell come, because we need to ask him about it as well. And ask him how comes his signature is on the JacDen thing. And ask Mr. Pak Chow as well, how comes his signature turned up on JacDen property 2 years after he left UWI? I hope the government member them. I put them question together properly, guys. I hope the government members them putting them questions together properly, because these are questions that we in the public want to know. How comes or how did your signature? First of all, you need to ask him if it was his signature, because maybe it was fraud. So we need to ask him if it was his signature, and if he said yes, how did it appear on Dennis Garden shipment when he left UWI 2 years ago? So I just hope them have those questions ready for him. Your vibes now. It's a shame and disgrace on the government and the system. What shame and disgrace on the government and the system, vibes? What shame and disgrace on the government and system? What do you mean? Could you please expound on that statement if you don't mind? I don't really want to block you, I like to have conversation with comrades. What shame and disgrace on government and system? Madam Speaker, Marlene must come back swinging at the PNP and revive herself. I trust her. You alone trust her. You can go and trust her. Madam Speaker, at this time, no JLP MP must support no PNP in any way. Good. What about the bigger picture with the rest of the investigation? What bigger picture, vibes? Vibes, I don't like when you guys make blank statement, Earlier on in the comment section, you said that it's a shame on the government and system. And I asked you to expound on that. Instead of expounding on that, you come with what about the bigger picture with the rest of the investigation. You can't make, what you talking about? You need to expound on the first statement before you go to the second statement. Please, I'm asking your comrade. Comrade, do better, man. Thank you, $2,000 for the money gun. Thank you very much. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's a shame on the government and the system. What are you talking about? And the people them want to tell me to add people. I don't know how much time if you tell us that me can't add people while me in the box. Trivia and all of the moderator them out rather them have to add people. Munche, focus on the board and their decision making and not dialysis machine. So all right, Rich, let me ask you this, right? You're saying I should focus on the board and this. Did the board make the decision to give JacDen permission to use the tax exempt? Rich. Did the board make that decision? Here JacDen man say him call up a you and asked for it. So why shouldn't I criticize him for that? When he came to outer custom within goods them Rich. Custom told him what he need to clear his barrel, his stuff. And instead of following the procedure that custom told him to do, he said that he called UWI and asked UWI to assist him because he know that UWI normally help their partners with these things. So I'm asking you, is it not a problem? Madam Speaker, that's very simple and self-explanatory. It is not vibes. Break it down to me like a baby. It may very well be self-explanatory to you, but it is not to me. So you, mommy, break it down to me, vibes. Break it down to me. I promise you I don't understand me head tough. Could you please break it down to me? Thank you very much. And you Richie in the comment section. I can't bring it up because the labor right now, so if you talk to in the comment section because you upset them, so if you stay in the comment section. Can JacDen award himself tax exempt? No, he cannot. But based on the law, Richie, if JacDen knowingly benefit from something illegal, then they are just as guilty as the person who commit the crime. Do you agree with that, Richie? Remember, based on the Custom Act, Richie, if the person know about the breaking the law and know, if let me read it to you, Richie. Because you know, sometimes when the comrade them come over here, and I think they genuinely want to learn something. You understand? Sometimes when the comrades them come here, guys, I think they genuinely want to really have a conversation with me and learn. Because that is why you guys come here a lot. I really believe that you guys come here a lot because you guys really want to learn something. Madam Speaker, mind you mixing me up with that, not my statement. No, rich, different from Richie. I told you, you have rich and you have Richie. Richie are the comrade and rich is the labor right. So Raymond Smith say, what about the other companies? Raymond Smith, Wilman Sale came out on Emily, you can go and listen to the interview, and they said that they did absolutely nothing wrong. They said that they went to a competitive bid and they won it and they got the contract, and that is why they get the work. The other one now come out in the Sunday Gleaner and said that it was Yui who called him and asked him to bring in the things. You didn't hear about it, Raymond? You didn't hear about it, my love? Comrade Richard said, okay, any business-minded person getting assistance from government would jump on it. I agree, Rich. But when you're a parliamentarian, Rich, and you are making law, you should not be breaking the same law as well. Don't it? As a parliamentarian making laws, you cannot be breaking law as well. And Rich again, Dennis did nothing wrong. The buck stopped with the board and the MOH. So you say the fact that Dennis Gordon knowingly benefit from the tax exempt that he was not qualified for, that is nothing wrong, comrade. You think so? You think so, right? You think, and that is your opinion. That is your opinion. You are saying that if your wife work in the bank and rob the bank, rich, and bring home the money and give you and you and her spend and buy car, you don't do nothing wrong because the bank wrong for hire her, right? Right, Richard, is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying, sir? Hey, Richard, is that what you're saying? If your wife work at the bank and your wife rob up the bank and bring home the money and you and her buy car and a driver and a police tap on and say a warrant out for you because we hear you thief the money. The police must say, go on rich because you never did it when she thief the money, only a benefit from the thieving goods. Right? Is that what you're saying, comrade? Is that what you're saying, comrade? Type and let me know. This other comrade say, what about the fact that Christopher about the fact that Christopher did what? Christopher did what, Lorraine? What did Christopher do? What did Christopher do? What did Christopher do? Exactly, Rich. If Dennis Gordon did nothing wrong, then Ruel Reid do nothing wrong neither, because all Ruel Reid did was set up Ruel Reid and Pinnock did. Pinnock went out and get some money and give Ruel Reid some. So that means that Ruel Reid do nothing wrong then, because I never even go get the money. Benefit from the money that was collected by the other man, allegedly. I don't know. Vibe said he seems to be doing personally what the government should be doing. What do you mean? What do you mean, Vibes? he seems to be doing personally. What vibes? I don't understand. You're making some random statement. There's no context to what you are saying, vibes. I cannot keep up. What are you saying? It's a three different things you said a while ago, you know. I know, at least Richie Rich has stick to him thing. You all over the place, vibes. Did you hear the man explanation? It was worker at JacDen did it, but he took full responsibility. Yes, Richie Rich, because the buck stopped with him. He is the owner, so he has to take responsibility. The buck stops with him. So that does not absolve him, Richie Rich. The buck stopped with him. He did the right thing. That is his company. So that is not a good argument, Richie Rich. I hear what you're saying, that he personally didn't do it. But because it is his company, he has to take accountability and he did the right thing. That doesn't mean it wasn't wrong. Come on, Richie Rich, better than that. Look after the Jamaican people. Look at vibes. Spend some time and write one proper statement. No, please, may I beg you. May I beg you. I want spend some time and write a proper. I want to respond to what you're saying, but you're all over the place. You're all over the place, vibe. Spend some time and construct a proper sentence. I'm begging you. Because I saw more come off time, you know. John Rock said, Munchies, remember social media around the world, listening and watching. What does that mean? What does that mean, John Rock? Remember me right. Remember Mr. Rigid was charged, so he committed a crime. 12 different cases. Yes, and Dennis Garden Company is being investigated as we speak, Raymond. JacDen is being investigated by MOCA and Fraud Squad and the SIB. So we're going to wait until those agencies finish their investigation. That is what we're saying. We're waiting on the investigation to complete and the chip will fall where they lie. You agree, right? You agree, right? Mm-hmm. What are you saying, comrade? I know, Blackie, I know that the PNP don't want to admit to corruption because Mark Golden want to run an anti-corruption banner, but it can't work because of Dennis Garden. Dennis Garden throw a stone in the wheel and mash up all of that. Because of Dennis Garden and JacDen, the PNP cannot run an corruption anymore. Raymond say, so that is right. What is right? Richie Rich, I don't understand your line of argument. Because you're saying that Dennis, I don't understand, comrade. Dennis Garden was the one who came out and took full responsibility for what happened and pay back the money. But come now and want to separate Dennis Garden from JacDen. You cannot have it both ways. Munshi, because people don't talk to uplift Jamaica. Rewrite that, Jamrock. I don't understand. Rewrite that. Vibes say, what are dialysis machine for? Vibes. Spend some time and construct a proper sentence. I'm begging you. I cannot answer one-liners and without no context. Spend some time and construct a proper question to me, please. Orion say, what about the Ministry of Health? Where the buck stop? Orion, please. We went through this already. The Ministry of Health is run by the permanent secretary, number one. Based on the rules or based on the way how UWI was constructed from inception, Orion, UWI does not, the government really does not have overall oversight over UWI. Government have a say, but the overall day-to-day running or the decision making is the government don't have the overall say in that. You understand? The government don't run UWI or cannot dictate to UWI. They have a board in place, Comrade Orion. There's a board in place. 18 persons on the board, 8 from the government, 10 from the UE, all over UE, and that is the board that come together and make decision UE. Okay? The minister don't have anything to do with UE, like day-to-day running. Okay, comrade? All right, thank you for that question. Let us go to another comrade now. The fact that he is being investigated, we should just wait on the verdict. That is what we're doing, Raymond. That is what we're doing. We are waiting on the investigation, but in the meantime, we can speak on things that are in the public domain, which is number one, JacDen, Mr. Gordon admit that his company did bring in the dialysis machine and did not pay the right tax that should be paid. He admitted to it and he went and paid $10 million. That is the tax he was supposed to pay in the initial stages. He admitted to that. So we're not making up anything. We're just speaking what is in the public domain right now, comrade. We're not speaking about the legal part of it, you know. We're talking about the moral part of it and him being a legislator. That is why he's before the ethics committee now, because of that. All right, comrade. As I said, Jamrock, me can't understand the question there. But he is on the board. No arraign. The minister is not on the... Where you get that from your arraign? The minister is not on the UE board. Where did you get that information? Arraign? The minister is not on the UE board. Google it. Google it, arraign. I promise you, Google it. I'll put my question and statement in the simplest form so the whole world can understand. Okay, do it now, Vibes, do it now. What about the CEO and his name is in the public? Yes, arraign. That is why the CEO will be before the PAC come Tuesday. So arraign, if you're not busy, tune into the PAC on Tuesday where the CEO will come before the PAC to answer questions. And the former chairman, the 2 former chairmen will be coming as well. Okay, Orion? So that is a good question. They will come before the PAC, okay? So you're asking, what about the CEO that his name is in the public? He will come before the PAC to answer question. Vibes, you are clutching at straw with your nonsense. Vibes, the fact that you can't even put a proper sentence together, I shouldn't even read that way, right? The fact that you can't even put a proper sentence together, we shouldn't even waste time with you. You write about 10 things and not one of them that makes sense. I am trying with you, comrades, because I know that when you guys go on the PNP platform, you guys don't get this information. And I'm really trying, because here we have Orion learning some things, but you Vibes, you're coming with nonsense. You are coming with nonsense, Vibes. Talking about me clutching at straw. Why is one name you're calling and more name in there? What do you mean, what one name I'm calling? What do you mean by that, NCB loading? What do you mean when you say, why is one name you're calling and more name is there? More name is where? More name is where? NCB, the owner of us, see, the Wilman Sales sent out them lawyer last week on Emily to clear the company name. He said that his company followed the proper procedure. He said that his company went and bid for the contract and won. And they didn't break any law. So that is why we have to wait until the proper investigation is done with those other companies. What do you mean by why is one name I'm calling? Up here in America, people asking me why Jamaica always cussing Jamaican. You should tell themselves to mind them business and ask themselves why they voted for Donald Trump. In PNP, let me tell you something, Jamrock. America under President Trump is the laughing stock of the world. So you don't waste the time with them. America under President Trump is the laughing stock of the world. So them, you know, listen to them. When they ask you why Jamaica always across Jamaican, ask them why the American vote for President Trump. Ask them that. Okay? You don't worry about that. That's the least your problem. That's your question. That's no question. Bridget said to the person when your NCB loaded, Bridget is saying that don't use NCB would be embarrassed with you using it. Bridget, I wanted to take time with the comments. You know, you guys say I should not add them to the box. Therefore, I'm going through the comment section and reading their comments instead, because you tell me without tell me said do not put the comments in the box. You don't want them up here because them don't make any sense. And because I'm leaving at 9 o'clock p.m., I think I'm just going to use the next 8 minutes and answer questions from the comrade. Then I'm going to play Dr. Chang's presentation for the comrades who didn't hear it, for the comrades who are only listening to the talking points. I want to come and notice when a comrade, when you don't listen to nothing for yourself, when you allow PNP, Vice of the Nation and Alvaro to give you talking points instead of going on the PBCJ and read and listen for yourself, and go on the Ministry of Finance website and read download what you want and read it free of cost. Instead of doing that, you don't listen to PNP idiots. So I'm going to play Dr. Chang's presentation back to the comrades for them to listen for themselves. And listen, Dr. Chang did not say that the police not going to wear anybody worn camera. He didn't say that. He did not say that. It is very important that you guys listen and learn. Okay? Instead of just listening to headlines and talking points, listen and learn. Okay, comrades? Okay, comrades? Did I get, guys, thank you for the 125 likes, 125,000 likes. Thank you very much. Bring me up to 150. And so, because I'm going to leave at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. is my cutoff time now, because, guys, I have to get my good rest to wake up in the mornings. All right? Yes, Empress, thank you very much for telling them to tap. And by the way, tomorrow, I will not be coming online with any politics. Tomorrow is my Sabbath, and I'm going to use the entire day to just get in the zone, read my quarterly, and get myself in the frame of mind for worship. So I don't want anybody to look for me tomorrow. No time tomorrow until sunset, okay? I cannot allow you guys to mess with my journey with Jesus, because I don't want when Jesus come, or when I am going to be, God gonna say to me, depart from me, I know you're not. I want to be first in line, okay? I can clearly see you're talking for yourself, or
Madam Speaker, 1 minute there. And
yourself.
Madam Speaker, we are personally inviting Bridget tomorrow night to the church service, okay? All right.
Yeah, tomorrow is my Sabbath, and I'm going to try my best not to come online and curse any comrade, and I'm going to just stay off the internet tomorrow and only come on when sunset. Okay, I'm going to try. I don't know if I can do it, because sometimes I always lost my way, and I'm going to try tomorrow to do the right thing. So tonight is about the politics, tomorrow is not. Any more question, comrade? Money come in to say, Madam Speaker, remember I'm waiting on a reply, please. So me not check. Oh my God. Jamaica Yardie said, we are watching Senate tomorrow. You're lucky at 6 p.m. your Sabbath. Yes, I am going to watch Senate tomorrow. But I am not going to come online and cost the comrades them. Somebody say, Munchibi, did you listen to Emily this morning at Read Dennis Garden? No, I did not. I wonder if anybody tape it. What the YouTube channel name will always tape Emily?
I can go back and look at thing there and see if I find it.
Go and go look for it.
Yeah. Their what you call it? Their podcast. Let me look and see if I see nationwide balancing. Just I'll look and see if she has
Go and go look for it.
Yeah. Their what you call it? Their podcast.
a lot in the news about the deliberations between the Public Accounts Committee
And I eat this
of
now.
Parliament when the chairman of the
No, I don't eat that. Look, if I find it, because I would love to hear it. Friday is preparation day. Yes. Friday is preparation day. And Munchie, all what you're saying, always respect you as a comrade. Thank you, Jamrock. But Jamrock, why are you a comrade though? Why are you a comrade? Because the PNP does not put Jamaica first. The comrade always put party over country. Why are you a comrade first? Why are you a comrade? Why are you a comrade, Jamrock? Are you living in Jamaica? In Jamrock? Are you living here in Jamaica or are you living overseas? Because I find that a lot of the comrades who live overseas, them still think Jamaica is the way it was under PNP. Jamaica changed up a lot in Jamrock. Jamaica under Jamaica.
Let me see. Let me see.
You find it?
Hold on. Let me take you to my ears 1 second. Take you to my ears. 1 second.
As dear Marjorie Community Secretary.
5 people want $1.4 million each. Some mega motion to be approved concerning IE. Ticket, why I can't see you? John, come and fly frequent. I monitor metaverse. Yes, April 8th.
So Jamrock, if you come to Jamaica 3 times a year, you know, see how Jamaica develop under Andrew Ones. Jamrock?
Yes, women 40 and
If you come to Jamaica 3 times a year, you know, see the major changes in Jamaica under Jamaican owners, Jamrock.
This is 94.5 FM.
Welcome to Hotline on Radio Jamaica. Talk with substance. Radio Jamaica, active for the good of our nation. You're now listening to Emily Shields, Talk with Substance on Hotline. Radio Jamaica, active for the good of our nation. You're now listening to Emily Shields, Talk with Substance on Hotline. Radio Jamaica, active for the good of our nation. Agriculture, the backbone of Jamaica's economy. This Thursday, the Hotline digs into the issues of food security, local production, and agricultural resilience. What are the incentives? Who are those supporting our nation's farmers? Join us this Thursday, April 23, live from the AMC complex at 188 Spanish Town Road from 9 a.m. to 12 noon as the Agro Investment Corporation, in collaboration with the Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining, RADA, and the Jamaica Agricultural Society will be hosting a farmers market. It's more than just a market. It's a movement. Come talk with us on the Hotline this Thursday, April 23 at the AMC complex from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Hotline. We're not just talk. We're substance. You're now now listening to Emily Shields Talk with Substance on Hotline. Radio Jamaica, active for the good of our nation.
Welcome to the Hotline for today, Thursday, the 23rd April, 2026. Good to be with you today, listeners. I'm outside, I'm on the road. As you heard a moment ago, I'm at 188 Spanish Town Road, and I'm sitting in the middle of produce that I absolutely love. Manapeel, sugar cane, coconut, yam. Morning to you, Emily boy. A yam, we say a country, not yam. Yam, cabbage, cassada, potato, eggs, scallion, thyme. Everything you can think of, it's all here. Melon, it's beautiful, and the smell of the fresh produce, it's excellent. So I'm going to have a great time because these are all lovely complex carbs in many instances and some good vegetable. We're here for Agro Invest Corporation, AIC, the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining, Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA, and the Jamaica Agricultural Society Farmers Market. Thank you so much. We know that you have choices. We're happy when you come here, happier when you find reasons to stay. This is the Hotline.
Emily's views, her position on the issues, her point of view backed up by the facts. Here are Emily's views.
Wow. It's very noisy here. But as I said to you, I'm at the farmer's market. This morning, in my views, I want to spend a little time on the very exciting developments in the Ethics Committee of Parliament concerning the recommendation by the Ethics Committee of Parliament to the House of Parliament for an exemption motion to be approved concerning a member of the House of Representatives, i.e. Dennis Gordon. This is the background to the situation. Our Constitution contains in it a number of provisions, as you know. And one of those is a provision that deals with disqualification from the House of Representatives in the circumstances where an individual has a contract with the government and the individual fails to disclose to the people of Jamaica, to the Parliament, the holding of such a contract and seeking exemption from this constitutional provision. So in other words, every single person who has any dealings at all by way of contract with the government of Jamaica, they should disclose to the Senate, if they happen to be a member of the Senate, or to the House of Representatives, that's the lower house. They must disclose by, from my understanding, they write to the clerk of the houses, either of the houses, and they seek an exemption so that they can do contract with the government. And when they do make such disclosures to the clerk then causes a
motion to be brought on the floor of the parliament, and upon the motion being brought to the floor of the parliament refers the matter to the Ethics Committee of Parliament for consideration. The Ethics Committee of Parliament is then authorized to examine the request that has been made by the member to exempt him based on the resolution that comes from the House. So they examine the request that exempts the member from vacating his seat as a member of the House of Representatives by virtue of the contract that he or she holds, or if he has interest in any firm or a company which is a party to a contract with the government of Jamaica. And so when the request goes to the Ethics Committee, they call in the member and they examine the request. And I don't think I know of any instance where a matter is referred to the Ethics Committee and the Ethics Committee does not recommend to the Parliament that it approves the motion for the member to be granted this exemption to do business with the government. I don't know of any, because if the member doesn't get that exemption, then it means that the member cannot do business with the government and remain a member of either the House or the Senate. So there are two choices facing the member. He or she need to resign the seat and continue doing business, or perhaps divest his or her interest in the company and remain a member of the lower or the upper house of Parliament. So in this particular case, Dennis Gordon, it appears, sought an exemption, and the matter was referred to the Ethics Committee. The Ethics Committee therefore called Dennis Gordon in, as they are duty bound by the regulations, the standing orders to do, and having satisfied themselves on whatever it is that they ask him, because all of this took place out of the glare of everybody, they made a recommendation to Parliament for him to be granted the exemption. And the resolution was passed in the lower house of Parliament granting Dennis Gordon exemption to do business with the government through his company. Subsequent to all of that unfolding, we've had the Auditor General report concerning not Dennis Gordon's company. The focus was not on his company nor on him. The focus was on the quasi-public institution, which is the University Hospital of the West Indies, into the misuse of their tax exemption status. And it so happens that based on the disclosures of the Auditor General, there's one company in which a member of the House has some controlling interest and shareholding, and which it is alleged that perhaps there is some benefiting of the company from the misuse of the tax exemption status by UHWI. We know as a matter of public record that monies to the tune of over $10 million have been paid back to the tax authorities as a result of the Auditor General's findings. And we also know that there are investigations going on by various and appropriate agencies around how things unfolded, and we can find out in due course when those investigations are concluded. But the Ethics Committee, now sitting, comprised of members of the House, now looking, says to itself, hang on a minute. When we had these in-camera examining sessions in committee with Dennis Gordon, the representations that were made to us are now appearing to be contrary to the representations that we are hearing subsequent to our meeting with him. So they've been grappling with the issue. What do we do as the ethics committee with this particular mandate to receive and to investigate and report on complaints of departures from the code of conduct, or to require a member to make full disclosure of any interest which he may have, which is likely to cause a conflict of interest, or any of the other powers that it has? It's asking itself, what do we do? Last week, as you heard, because I played it on this program, they decided to send a letter to Dennis Gordon to re-invite him to appear before the ethics committee to clarify the discrepancies in his representation to the committee vis-a-vis what has been now published through the Auditor General report and otherwise. And listeners, hell and powder house in the ethics committee on the 21st of April, because the clerk to the ethics committee, having sent the request to Dennis Gordon in writing, Dennis Gordon responded, and the essence of his response is, I will not be coming back before the ethics committee because the parliament having granted me the exemption, you have no power to summon me back before this committee of parliament. Absolutely fascinating point. Let me take the break and come back, and you'll hear how the matter progressed through the ethics committee on the 21st of April.
The time brought to you by the Jamaica Accountability Meter Portal is
15 minutes after 9.
Emily's views, her position on the issues, her point of view backed up by the facts. Here are Emily's views.
Yes, so this point raised by Dennis Gordon in a very terse response to the committee set the committee on fire on the 21st of April. And I'm telling you something, that Anthony Hilton has been a member of the chamber for decades perhaps. And this is perhaps the best submission I've ever heard Anthony Hilton, not Anthony Miller, not you, Killer Miller, is the best submission I've ever heard Tony Hilton make to either the House or to a committee of the House of Parliament. Because when the response of Dennis Gordon was read, he zoned in on the issue in a fundamental way, very crisp and very clear. But on top of that, I keep telling you listeners, that there are some gems in the politics, some individual, some personal gems in the politics. And to me, it requires a particular eye to see the gems in the politics. For me, as you know, one of the gems in the politics was Dr. Nigel Clark. A mind for finance as we've never seen in this country, in my view. One of the other gems in the politics, despite the negative and unfair press that she has been given, is Marlene Malahoo Ford. Some of you won't see it until a particular time has passed, whenever that time has run. But what Mrs. Malahoo Ford is doing now, by virtue of her no longer being a member of the cabinet, in chairing this ethics committee, she's bringing to life the mandate of the committee as written in the standing orders, but which mandate has never properly been acted on. And she's trying to frame out this committee for it to properly do what it is supposed to be done and not doing it unfairly. Don't expect her to. Remember, I told you before, I went to high school with Marlene Malahou Ford. I was never her peer. I was never her friend. She was a couple of years ahead of me. She was the head girl when I was in law school. I don't remember ever speaking to Marlene Malahou Ford when I was at law school at Manning's. But the admiration I had for this young lady then from afar has never ceased, and I've made that clear, because what I see is an individual who is able to develop something that is palatial out of little or nothing. She can create structures. Just give her a mandate and she will make it work. And that is what she's trying to lead this ethics committee into doing, and not unfairly so. So last week when the matter came on a motion by Juliet Cuthbert-Flynn concerning Dennis Gordon, she said she could summon him back to the ethics committee because it's an issue of fact and not law. But when Dennis Gordon responded to the committee on the 21st of April and raised this jurisdictional point, which was clinically zoned in on by Anthony Hilton, the chairman of the ethics committee, Marlene Malahou Ford, was prepared at the end of the session to appreciate the fundamental jurisdictional point and to recalibrate. Let us hear how Anthony Hilton, in his best presentation to the Parliament, in my view, how he zoned in on this issue.
A little weary of the way we approach our duties, our job as parliamentarians. I don't think the people take us as serious. I think it was yesterday I was watching something in the House of Commons where a member was named. I don't think in the last 10 years we've seen, of course, various behaviors in our parliament, and that has never happened. And sometimes I think that is why people tend to think that we are not serious. And even when it came to our salary, persons believe we were not worth our salary. I also want to add that as a member of parliament, I think, you know, our first duty, or we know that our first duty is really to make laws. And this is committees, being on committees is a privilege for me. It's an honor for me to serve on various committees, because that is where you really get to express yourself. You really get, the people get to see, you know, the parliament working and to understand exactly why it is that we're here. And so I think what we need to do, and even for some members who are new, I think it's time in 2026 that people take us serious for what it is, why we're here as parliamentarians. And as you said,
Hold on to that clip. That's not the actual part that I want. I want the part with Tony Hilton zoning in on the issue of the jurisdiction. Let's see if we have that portion. No, what you heard before was Juliet Cuthbert-Flynn on the role of parliamentarians and her understanding of what the committees of parliament do, because they do bring life to the parliament. And on top of that, this is why this ethics committee is so important at a time when there is such cynicism around the caliber of members of the chamber, most times unfairly so. If committees like the ethics committee don't function properly, then the collective integrity of the chamber is going to continually be blackened. Yeah, let's hear Tony Hilton.
here. I think the issue is a bit more stark than you have presented it just now, because the member, a request was made, a summon, in other words, sent to the member. The member, no doubt, having reflected on all of the matters related to this that are not only confined to this committee but elsewhere, has indicated that the committee, it is his advice or opinion that the committee lacks jurisdiction. That's a fundamental question. That question, for this committee cannot proceed beyond that without getting legal opinion and clarification on this matter. This is not simply whether this is a nice to have or whether it would have been appropriate and good for the member to appear. The question the member is challenging the jurisdiction. He's saying that this is functus officio. The committee has no jurisdiction, having deliberated on the matter, send it to the House having both the House and the Senate having passed the motion to then ask member to come back. So I am saying that the issue that, as I see it, is not simply whether it would be appropriate for him to come. The question is whether the committee has jurisdiction in the matter. And let me say, as is the responsibility of the House leaders, both the leader of the House and the leader of opposition business. The leader of opposition business has sought and obtained the opinion of the House Counsel on this matter. And I think before we proceed, we may be well advised to have reference to that opinion.
Well,
yes, that's
again,
Mrs. Mallow.
You see, so if we are concerned with propriety, then we also have to consider propriety in all aspects. I appreciate that it is a proper issue that has arisen, as the matter should be revisited. I understand that it properly arises. But like I said, it's not the question as to whether a member whose conduct is under consideration, whether that member has spoken truthfully, is definitely a matter for the committee, to my mind. Just a minute. I appreciate that the issue has many different parts, and so there may be uncertainty about which part and to what extent. I appreciate that. But the letter that was sent to the member was also very clear. Because if you speak, it's seeking clarification on response given. We can't be called upon to deal with ethical issues, and we're going to turn our eyes if matters arise, you know. It places us in a dilemma. But suffice it to say, the immediate issue that has arisen now is whether a member can refuse with impunity here before the committee. That is one of the many issues. I heard you made reference to advice that was sought. thank you. We can pause it there. Brilliant. That is the question. Can a member summon to come to a committee merely write a letter to say, you don't have jurisdiction, so I'm not turning up? I don't think he can. I don't think he should. if you're taking the jurisdictional point, which I understand from the beautiful presentation by Tony Hilton that he is, you present yourself to take the jurisdictional point. You have to come before the committee. So when Anthony Hilton talks about the committee's functus officio, it means that the committee, having performed its function, it no longer has the authority or jurisdiction to call the member. But for that decision to be made, you need to come to argue that point before the committee. I think that's the right thing to have happened. And on top of that, I understand from what Member Hilton said that an opinion of House Counsel was obtained by the leader of opposition business. I really think that that opinion should have been brought to the committee meeting. I certainly would love to have the benefit of that legal opinion. But the broader issue for me is the parliament cannot operate in such silos. If the constitution gives the parliament the power to grant permission through exemption for a member to do business with the government, if not, he has to vacate his seat or to cease controlling interest in whatever company. Then if the ethics committee has disclosed that there are material discrepancies in the representation that the member made to it, there's no way the House should have met after the ethics committee's deliberations last week and somebody in the House don't move a resolution to refer the matter back to the ethics committee. The ethics committee may really be functus, but Parliament cannot be functus, shouldn't be functus in a situation like this where the issue is about potential misrepresentation of facts. So members in the House, you have to reactivate your brain and let it not be the case that you are relying on the ethics committee to write to you, but you should be moving a resolution to redirect the matter. Move a motion, have a vote on it to redirect the matter back to the ethics committee. It doesn't mean the ethics committee won't give permission, you know. Because Mr. Gord may very well have more than one contracts with the government outside of UE, and he'd definitely be entitled to it. But the discrepancies, they need to be answered. I'm up on time though, those are my views.
Madam Speaker, the floor is yours.
Madam Speaker, go on her bed. Anyway, I not even know how me get fit. You not hear me? You hearing me, Empress? Hello?
I'm talking on mute. I'm hearing you, Bridget.
Oh, okay.
Madam Speaker, the floor is yours. She must be sharing dinner. That's what that is.
9:30, she shared dinner.
You know, so she was cooking dinner, so she was starting at 5 o'clock.
Jesus. Anyway, I listened to Emily. And
what was your take on that?
My take is that, as Mika said, with follow what Madam Speaker said, that mistress over the corner there, like she missed something there. Then she missed something because
you're talking about Marlene.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she missed anything, and I'll tell you why I don't think she missed anything. She followed the protocol, right? And one of the things that, you know, even in, I'm not a legal person, but I do have a legal connection that, you know, I sometimes pass things to.
Right, Molly. Right.
No, there is a procedure. And based on procedures,
I think Malahoo was going through the procedures, even though there is a he has an obligation to right? But
so let me ask you something. One question, Empress. So when they went to Parliament Tuesday, was anything said about it? Because Emily said the Parliament should have a motion should have been passed to in my word to demand him to go to the ethics committee to answer the questions. So was a motion passed?
No.
Okay.
Because based on what I have learned in this space is that Section 41 states that being that member, he should have gone to the Parliament. He should have
he should have gone to the ethics committee. He should have
ethics committee, and they would have informed him like how many days before the election and all of that. So basically to say he has a contract and all of that, because guess what? If the ethics committee is not aware of his contract, it's either or. He sits out as an MP and keep his contract, or he has to give up his contract.
All of these contracts.
Right. All of these contracts.
We don't reach there yet, Empress.
No, but that should have been before he was elected. Do you understand? Once he's elected.
No, that was done, you know.
Right.
That was done.
Right.
But after this Yui scenario or saga comes up, they found some discrepancies. So they're asking him to come back to clear it up.
Correct. And it's based more on his utterance, but he had gone before, but now there are new stuff that came up, because especially with his utterances, him owning and all of that, right? To say, hey, I did this, and he owned up to it, because that's why Malahoo was saying it is all factual. Because this is now coming with evidence, with customs receipts and all of that. It's factual. So yeah.
So what I got from Emily, what she's actually saying that all right, so we don't reach to the contracts yet, because what she's saying that he should have turned up at the ethics committee Tuesday and gave and answered, even if he's not going to answer the questions, but say why he has refused
to attend.
Yes.
But what he's saying is that what Fitz Jackson is what that man there is saying is just the Quashi lawyer. He is saying that the committee does not have jurisdiction to force him to come. So what it is that they're gonna have to do is to go now send the request back to Parliament. And
so
Parliament
my
now.
question is, Empress, why wasn't it done Tuesday?
It couldn't be done Tuesday.
Let me answer Bridget on that. Bridget.
Yeah. Go ahead, Trivia.
The ethics committee was held on Tuesday, right?
Oh, the CMD, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Parliament.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that.
So I think it would be. So this is how I think it's going to play out. I think next Tuesday, when Parliament is in session, someone is going to move a motion. Most likely, Mr. Green is going to move that motion, or probably Juliet is going to move that motion to refer it back to the ethics committee. And this is what I don't understand with Denise. For a man that is seemingly educated, he's stupid and dumb. Because him doing that, he's just setting the firestorm or the framework for the ethics committee, which is chaired by the Jamaica Labour Party and is controlled by the Jamaica Labour Party, to send a recommendation to Parliament, to the House, who's again the majority, is the Jamaica Labour Party, to recommend to this committee is gonna send a recommendation to cancel all contracts.
Exactly.
And he is so dumb. I don't know which lawyer advised him to send that letter.
But the
It's,
thing is,
oh, oh,
That's
you,
common sense. That's common sense.
you Blair.
all
It,
depends. It all
it's,
depends on how long he has the contracts. You understand? Because I mean, if you would then be in breach of a contract if you end the contract prematurely, right? Because already he had binding contract. We don't know how long that contract is. When there's a last time he signed it, right? So we gotta have to
be when did he went before the ethics committee to answer those questions? It was before the JacDen situation came out, right?
Before.
Yes.
Yes, and that's what Miss Emily is saying. It was approved after it was approved before information becomes public. But no informations are public. They have the legal ground to call him back. But the ethics committee don't have that power. Or I won't say it don't. I don't say it don't.
Would have to make a recommendation.
Yeah. They have to
has to make a recommendation.
So it's the House of Representatives, which is Parliament. They have that power to refer him back to the ethics committee.
To the ethics committee.
After a motion and
most likely that motion will pass because what?
We have the majority.
They have the majority.
Exactly.
Correct.
And any lawyer, any even the quasi lawyer could see through that.
Know that.
I mean the street ones.
No,
but
if you listen to his word, if you listen to his wording and his tone, you know that probably he didn't even know anything about that letter until then. Because any lawyer would have advised him.
Which letter? I don't understand the letter. Which letter you're talking about?
The letter that Dennis Garden sent to the back to the secretary.
To the committee?
Yeah, to the committee, yeah.
No, he was He was legal up. He was legal up. He basically saying to them, he knew, and he got advice from our legal counsel because he's pretty saying, hey, I don't have to show up here. You can't force me. I'm just not showing up. But then with them moving through the other process, because guess what? The first week when he never showed up, Mr. Witter was saying, Madam Speaker, shouldn't we get an order, like a legal thingy here? And she said, well, no, we're not there yet. Let's not jump the guns, right? We because I mean, here, you gotta be dotting your I's and crossing your T's, because if you preemptively jump to the legal portion, he's going to go, well, you know what? You have missed these steps, right? Because remember, it's procedural. So you have missed these steps. You got to go back to what you have missed. Well, you didn't allow him. You didn't allow him to refuse. You just went to get legal actions or legal counsel, and here we are.
And that's what I mean, Empress.
Yeah. So I think what they did.
He should not. Right now, he's forcing the government. He's forcing the hand of the person who's in power.
He's done.
You understand? That's what he's doing. He's forcing their hand. The best thing would have to. You are, he's gonna be the big loser at the end of the day, because if he steps away from things, because there's no way a party who is trying to change the system, Jamaica Labour Party who is trying to change the system and how the government system work, is gonna comply. Is gonna grant him those contracts anymore. Because remember, you know, the basis of him getting that exemption is because the ethics committee cleared him, right? Now that's the ethics committee as reason to call him back.
Because of
those contracts will be null and void if the ethics if the parliament said no, you lied.
Exactly. So if he find that he on the contracts that he lied and he falsified information, well, that would declare the contract null. It would declare the contracts null.
Yeah, and that's why I said I don't know what lawyer advised him or whatever, because even Isaac Buchanan would have given better advice than that. The best thing he could have do was turn up and then plead his case. You understand?
Yeah.
So this is why I'm not going to answer that. You do not have the power, whatever. But he's stupid.
I don't. Hugh Blair is saying the speaker cannot move a motion. No, the speaker can't move a motion. We know that, Hugh Blair. The speaker is going to the committee is going to make a recommendation.
To the leader of government business, which is Mr. Green.
Correct.
And Mr. Green are Juliet, but I think not Juliet. Juliet Cuthbert Flynn.
Yeah,
she's going to make that submission. I can guarantee you that that she's going to do it.
Then Mr. Jamrock 876 is going to say, how many of you people on this chat knows about law? Well, we're not discussing law. We're talking about the procedures and what we're supposed to be done. It has nothing to do with laws. We're not, and some things are just critical thinking and common sense. It doesn't have to be that you're a lawyer. Sorry. I mean, the same thing I heard Munchie here reading out of and saying it's the same thing that Emily Shields is saying. So I mean, what about there's nothing about law? And yes, I do have an ear, someone's ear who is a lawyer. I'll throw questions at her. She gives me an answer. She's not a constitutional lawyer. She's not a thingy. But law is law. It just need to be interpreted, and that's what law does. So all the interpretations of it. So I don't think it's
the most obvious thing I'm looking at. Go ahead, Bridget.
Go ahead, Truvi.
All right,
Go ahead.
The most obvious thing I'm looking at is to say if the ethics committee had cleared you for you to get approval from the house, and that was based on false information or information that they didn't know about, or that you didn't present,
or if he violated any part of the contract, the agreement of the contract. That
would be grounds.
Come on,
exactly. That's obvious.
People, it's common sense. You have a contract in your hand and you breach. It's called breach. It's any part of a contract you have breached. Don't be standing here talking about you must know Mr. Blair talking about reason for being grounds for bias. It has nothing to be biased about. What has happened with JacDen has happened. It has come out in the clear after he was passed by the ethics committee that he had a contract knowingly and everything was on the up and up. Then came this report, the EG report from UHWI, and him coming at the front of the line to say, hey, I do have whatever I've been practicing. I've had a contract with them for over 2 decades. This is what he has brought things in, and he has come out on social media.
I think he implicated himself.
For sure. And he came out on social media, TikTok. He came out in the paper, and he admitted that he is the founder, owner of there. He admitted that he paid $10 million.
$10 million, yeah.
Million to customs based on what he think he would have owed for the items coming to him. Yes, and he has openly admitted. So now that he has openly admitted all of this, after he would have breached his contract, because on the contract
this is not hearsay.
No, he has admitted it, and the information there, he did not deny that the information from customs were anywhere falsified, or they were there were anything wrong with it. He agreed, and he said he paid. So basically he is paid in restitution. He's paying preemptively to say, hey, I've paid and there's nothing I've done wrong. But you and I know that what he did was wrong.
You know what? Well, on the Empress,
you don't have to speak. Trivia is not Mr. Blair. Trivia is not speaking as a lawyer.
Hold on there.
This is why I don't have conversation with the PMP supporters.
Trivia, let me just say, you speak, right? Hold on, man. we are here having a conversation, right? Mr. Blair, you come over here and you giving your opinion. We're not asking you if you're a lawyer. How you want to give your opinion, right?
None of us are
Trivia
lawyers.
giving his opinion.
Yes, it's all an opinion. And
Empress giving her opinion. You giving your opinion. But you're gonna ask us if we are if not me, because you know no reason with me.
You're not a lawyer.
Dumb,
Please don't speak
right?
as one. You're not speaking as a lawyer.
Yeah. You're not no lawyer neither. You're not no lawyer neither.
All it is,
and you have your own opinion.
And it's like with the PMP, it's like they do not have critical thinking. And what Mr. Blair is saying in the comment prove my point.
Trivia, bottom line. What the at the ethics committee, if you listen to it, it states everything we're saying almost verbatimly. Like
but
basically
Empress,
what was said is
Empress,
what
that is why it is called an ethics committee.
Yeah, exactly.
That is always so.
It's like the more Dennis Garden talk, the more he speaks, the more he sink himself.
More implicate himself.
Exactly.
Every time he do an interview, he comments on something. He went on a podcast. Okay. Every time he opens his mouth.
Now, logically speaking, Mr. Blair, respectfully, Trivia